to invite our president, Catherine Castro, to deliver the annual report to the membership.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, everyone. What a pleasure to see this room full. I'm super excited to see everybody here today. Hopefully, I will not be here on this podium too long because we want to hear from our chairman. But we do have some things that we need to share as part of our bylaws and my responsibility to the membership. So have a day, good afternoon, and welcome, and thank you for joining us today. It is my pleasure to share with you the state of the Chamber, our achievements, challenges, and what lies ahead. Your participation and support remain vital as we chart our course into the Chamber's 102nd year, building on a legacy of leadership, advocacy, and growth. In the spring, not only did we celebrate milestone anniversaries with our members, the Guam Chamber also proudly welcomed Mr. Monty McDowell and Payless Markets into the Guam Business Hall of Fame, honoring their outstanding dedication to local business excellence and transformative community leadership. Their unwavering commitment has set a benchmark for business values and civic engagement across our island. If we have anybody representing Payless Markets or Mr. Monty McDowell in the room, we could like to maybe recognize them one more time as the Guam Business Hall of Fame laureates in 2025. Okay. Working in tandem with the Speaker of the Guam Legislature, Guam Tourism and Travel Association, and the Guam Contractors Association, we came together to tackle issues with government procurement at a procurement summit held in June with government officials and subject matter experts to discuss how to best deliver services to our community through a more effective and transparent procurement process. A summary of findings was presented to the governor and to the Guam legislature, and this effort continues to be a work in progress. And as has mentioned by Senator, the Chamber played a pivotal role in advocating for business tax relief. Our Legislative Review Committee and board members engaged in active discussion for several months, wrote op-eds in the dailies, and made appearances on radio shows, and sustained engagement with lawmakers on the importance of rolling back the VPT for our private sector. Finally, at the end of September, the 38th Guam Legislature overrode the governor's veto, which allowed for the reduction of the business privilege tax rate from 5% to 4.5% effective October 2025, with a further cut to 4% scheduled for October 2026. This effort, would not have been possible without the support of our partner business organizations and all the members in this room. And I'm sure that Chairman Tague has a little more to say about this in his address. Recognizing that Guam's image is everyone's business, the Chamber formed a partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau to work with local government agencies and the Lieutenant Governor's Beautification Task Force to confront graffiti, vandalism, and promote public beautification. This ongoing joint effort brings the private and public sectors together to boost community aesthetics and strengthen our island's appeal for our residents and visitors alike. Our committees have been very active this year, particularly the Guam Young Professionals. The Guam Young Professionals hosted forums and leadership events, including their first event of the year, Meet Your GYP. They hosted various membership meetings, mixers, life skills workshops, a cleanup event in Agutya, and most recently, as yesterday, as was mentioned, the Mental Mastery for Market Dominance Professional Development Conference, which brought together emerging leaders and experts in the field of neuropsychology with a focus on performance and leadership. It was truly a transformative conference, and it has been such a pleasure to see this young committee step up and move beyond the expectations of what we thought they would do back in January to what they have accomplished to date. So kudos to the young professionals. exchanges with the military leadership, advocating for local businesses, for on-base opportunities, and getting to know the operations and impact of the Department of Defense in Guam, as well as any impact to the community. The AFC continues to ensure Guam's strategic concerns, such as utilities and security, infrastructure, housing, plus DoD and local family welfare, which remains a focus in our regional policy. So, good work to the Armed Forces Committee. Our Maritime Affairs Committee, Small Business Committee, Legislative Review Committee, and Education and Workforce Committees remain active, addressing issues important to their specific sectors. We do need more participation in our committees. If you're feeling a tug in your gut to explore the opportunity, don't ignore it. Talk to me after today's meeting. All right, so although we look ahead with cautious optimism, there are very real challenges in front of us. As everyone in this room is well aware, there is a continuing need to improve our tourism infrastructure to enhance the visitor experience and support the wider community. We need to get our government leaders to understand and champion investment incentives for local and inward investors. This is imperative to our continued economic growth. The Legislative Review Committee faces a lengthy list of items, including a possible increase in the minimum wage next year, as well as watching out for any legislation that impacts doing business while continuing to engage and advocate for a business-friendly environment. It's an election season as well, so you know this will be a very interesting road to travel for the next several months. Public safety, health, welfare, education, and transportation are ongoing community challenges that require government support and attention. There is additionally an ongoing need to gather and analyze data for workforce development, understand job vacancies, and target non-working citizens for employment opportunities. In order for us to tackle these challenges, the need remains for greater involvement of the wider membership in committee work and advocacy efforts. I would like to now take a few minutes to reflect on where we stand as a chamber financially. Our October financial statement shows that we had a total cash balance of $538,271 and some change at the end of the month, which is a decrease over last year, partially due to the move back to our Hagutnia location and the purchase of office furniture. Our account receivables are at $146,650. Our total assets are at $829,716, and our total income to date was $585,386, a decrease of 12% over last year. This decrease is a direct result of our island's current economic conditions, which have resulted in lower revenues of dues, sponsorship, and attendance at events for our organization. Your chamber has operated on a very frugal budget to make sure that our coffers are secure. Our retention rate, I'm very proud to say, is 98%, and the average retention rate for chambers across the nation is 90%. So thank you, members, for your continued support of your Guam Chamber of Commerce. It has been a personal pleasure working with our chamber board and our executive committee. They truly have your business top of mind when they conduct the work of your chamber for the chamber. That is why it's so important each year when we have our board elections that the candidates who are nominated understand, appreciate, and take part in the volunteer work that takes place on behalf of the business community. It will not just benefit the membership today, but lay the groundwork for our economic landscape, our employees, and the families of tomorrow. I'd also like to take this time to recognize and thank our board directors whose terms expire at the end of December and who are not seeking re-election to the board. They are Joe Arnett, Arnett Consulting. Christopher Duenas, Triple J Enterprises. Ernie Galito, Atkins Kroll. Shimizu, Ambrose Inc. Oklahoma ASC Trust. You have all been invaluable to our organization, and we will miss you around the table. However, we look forward to continuing our partnership with you, even as you take some time off from your service on the Chamber Board. As many of you know, the administration of the Chamber office has been challenged this year. Although we have experienced growing pains, we have been able to continue the important work that we do for you and still welcome and train 2 new, hardworking team members who are also such great people to work with, as I'm sure that many of you have come to know. It is my pleasure to recognize Milka and Ella, who have made up our small but mighty team. So thank you for our team. Our Chamber's mission is very simple. It is to seek to develop, enable, promote, and protect the interests of all Guam businesses. The work of our board, our committees, and member programs epitomizes our mission daily. We recognize and thank our member volunteers who give their time, resources, and commitment to the mission of our organization, which in turn supports all of you in the room, and ultimately, our island community. A united chamber leaves a lasting mark on our island's future. Let's build on our momentum, championing free enterprise, fighting for a better business environment to keep our doors open, investing in professional growth, and forging a more vibrant, connected business community. Your ideas, participation, and dedication to the Chamber drive our continued success and progress. Each year I close with an invitation to every member. Stand up with us for the long term. Together we will shape sound policies and uphold the values of a thriving market economy. Consider joining a committee or participating in working group discussion. Your involvement isn't just important. Your leadership as private sector persons and members is what gives our community its strength and resilience. Let's move forward, united and inspired by the possibilities ahead. So be with Chamber and Viva Guam!
Viva!
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to miss you. It has been an honor and a pleasure. And on this note, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce our chairman of the board, Teo, who will provide his end-of-the-year address to the membership.